Today's episode features Ofir Bugana. What started as a search for passive income turned into a thriving real estate career built around helping investors grow their wealth. In our conversation, Ofir shares why success isn't about chasing transactions. It's about constantly reinventing yourself, setting bigger goals, and leading with contribution. If you've ever wondered what drives top producers to keep pushing forward, you'll have to listen to this one. Today, I'm excited to have with us Ofir Bugana. Ofir, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you, Brenda.
Good. Okay, so let's kind of jump right into it. Tell us a little bit about your journey to get to real estate. What brought you here?
So let's say that I used to work in sales before.
Okay,
And so I did a pretty good job. I used to be a sales manager in a company,
good.
and I made pretty good money compared to everybody else. It wasn't that crazy, but it was nice at the time. I woke up one day and I told myself, wow, this is just not easy. What if tomorrow I wake up and I just don't want to work anymore? And I have kids, right? And I can't keep doing it every day. Start on zero, right? Every day we start in zero, right? So I told
It's
myself,
a good point.
so I was like, oh, wow, I can't do it anymore. I have to find a residual income. I have to find an income that will always be there, no matter what. So I figured, why don't I just take my proceeds from everything I made where I came from in sales and just buy some real estate. Maybe I'll go get my license. I will be knowledgeable about real estate, and then I'll buy my own real estate and maybe help some other people buy real estate, buy some more of my own real estate. And that's it. Then I don't have to work anymore.
I bet you learned that's not exactly the case either. But so what I heard though also is so you kind of started with the thinking of like an investments for yourself. Is that right?
Yes, but I knew I needed more money. Then
Sure.
I only had money for maybe one house, right? So that's not enough to retire. I figured I'll have to make some more money.
Yes.
So
But
I just
something you said that I also love too, you mentioned in sales that you were feeling like every day you woke up at zero and had to go sell some more every day. And that's actually one of the things that's hard for an agent to get that mindset of we start every month at zero. You have to go sell, you have to have closings to keep the business going. So that translated exceptionally well into real estate where you do have to continue. Now, I get where you're going with it too, because you're developing relationships and you're keeping up with relationships to be able to keep that going. And it's not completely zero or brand new every month, but it's the relationships that you build that continue to help you with a snowball effect, get bigger and
Right.
bigger and bigger. So
So it's
but
not exactly at the same zero.
right, yes,
You do
exactly.
have to wake up every day and generate more business, but also this business allows you to make more proceeds and more money to get to a point where you can actually buy real estate yourself and create passive income.
That's great.
So, and also, yes, you basically plant your seeds here and
Yes.
it grows and grows, and we always have to keep planting. And then at the same time, make sure to work on your system so that you can handle all the business, and then keep planting more seeds, but work on the systems at the same time.
And the comparison you make is one I've often made as well. It's kind of like farming in that you are cultivating and planting seeds and sometimes you'll be able to harvest or reap the rewards of all that effort, but you have to water, you have to fertilize, you have to take care of it, whatever that is. And in whatever ways you're taking care of that, it's still like planting a garden or a farm that you have to take care of.
Right, right. But at the same
Good.
time, you are in the industry, right? You're the best one on the market. You know what's where are the best properties to buy, what are the best investments. So you're also buying properties, and that's something that's important to remember.
Yes.
Being a
Yes.
realtor, I'm
Yes.
also, I especially most of my clients are investors.
Okay.
So that's what I do. So I really know the best investment routes out there for residential real estate.
Along the way, was there anything that was kind of a surprise to you that you thought, wow, that's not what I expected, or this is different than I anticipated?
I did not anticipate anything,
Okay.
to be honest with you, but it's not easy.
It's not as easy as you thought. I'm sure of that.
I didn't think it's gonna be easy as well. I honestly did not anticipate anything. Maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, there were a lot of surprises throughout the way. And I guess I feel like every day where I'm inventing myself. I have to invent like I always have to do something new. I always have to do different. Like I used to be that one realtor that's really good with Airbnb. I have a
Okay.
lot of Airbnb buyers almost all the time. Have few deals going on for Airbnb homes. And now it's a different market because Airbnb is not what it used to be before. So
Right.
now I have a lot of Airbnb sellers, so which is a whole different thing than buyers.
Now you
So
have listings.
yes, so I just became like in one day I became from a buyer's agent that have like 10 buyers simultaneously running around the Metroplex or 20 at the time. Now I have the same number of listings around.
That's good though, because then you have experience on doing both sides of it. How did you fall into working with other investors? Was it just because you were on that path for yourself and it was a natural addition to work with other investors, or how did you get connected there?
Maybe because I truly believe that everything that you are, you also create to you. You also attract to you. So if you are
Yes.
something, if you are a loving, happy person, you're gonna attract many loving, happy other persons. Other people. So I'm the same way. I'm a great investor myself.
Uh-huh.
Being an investor and doing it so well, people want to do the same.
That's good. And they hear you talking about it. They see you living it.
Yeah, I'm showing them my numbers.
Mhm. That's great.
Like yeah, like active numbers, and they love it, and they just want to buy the same properties to make the same numbers. So I even have some realtors that are buying with me.
But you've figured out a formula or something that from a number standpoint that works.
Yes, I'm a pro when it comes to Airbnb. I'm a very loyal person. If I have like my lender, I'll work only with my lender. I'll give them all my business. I'll do business with them. I'll promote them, and I expect my clients to do the same. And honestly, most of my clients are very loyal to me and buying multiple properties with me. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes they choose to take another route, and that's always been hard for me. Even though I believe that those days I look at it in a different way because the fact that they even told me that show how loyal they are to me.
True.
It's just that they needed to try something else. And normally they're also coming back most of the time.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like, I guess my takeout from it is just to understand that it doesn't mean anything about me and it doesn't mean anything about how good I am or how much they love me. They still love me, they're still loyal to me, but they just needed to try something else. It just doesn't mean anything about me or about their love to me. So just keep your heart open. If they need to be there, they will be back. And if they don't, say thank you because they don't need to be back. So that's
That's
my
great
take
advice.
from that. Yeah.
That's great advice, and they show you respect. If they are coming to you and telling you, they're showing you respect
Right.
for the work that you've done with them and that they simply need to go a different direction. And that may be something like they're looking into something commercial and you do primarily residential, and that's for our viewers, not necessarily in this case, but sometimes they need a little bit different specialty, a little bit different niche.
Exactly.
What are you looking forward to as far as like your next challenge? What's next on the horizon for you?
My next challenge is development, new development. In my first year, I made X amount of money. Then the second one, I doubled myself. The third year, I doubled the second year. And then number four, year four, I already got to my goal. That was my first goal, okay, which was doubling the third year. Okay, so I doubled myself 4 times. And now I've been pretty stable on that amount for the past 4 years or so. And my goal this year is to try to make that goal in 3 months.
Okay.
So that because the first 3 months this year were tough personally.
Okay.
I didn't do anything. Like I did, but personal stuff.
Hmm.
So after those 3 months, I promised myself I really want for the second quarter of the year to make the whole year. I want to get to my goal within 3 months, my yearly goal. And then after I'm done, hopefully, with that very high goal that I set to myself, almost impossible, but I believe everything is possible. My goal is to start finding new routes of investments of new construction. I do have some friends that are investing in new developments. They're building homes. So I'm going to invest myself in a new construction property. I'm going to build a new home, sell it, make that much money. At this point, I know I can already like double my money in that much time, for example, or make that much money. I want to take all my clients that are currently buying with me and have them invest the same weight and create a big neighborhood. That's my next goal.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that you're keeping goals and that you're always stretching yourself.
Another reason why I was like a bit down in the business, first because I did have some personal stuff, but also because when you get to a point where when you get to your goals for a few years already, then it's not interesting anymore, not that exciting as it used to be, right? So you're like, okay, what's next? Like, I'm going to do it again and again and again. What's the point, you know? So that's another reason where the business went a little bit down in the first quarter of this year. And you're right that I actually took that time to, it's okay, those times to like go down a little bit, but sink down. But at the same time, like it was so hard for me. I like to be a top producer. I love it, makes me feel good. It fulfills me. But so it was so sad for me. I got to a point, like such a low point that made me think that I just need a higher and a bigger goal. And when I sold myself that bigger goal that I'll make within 3 months, the whole year, so that I don't have to work this year, kind of, but really it's not gonna happen, but like kind of. Then eventually, maybe, who knows, maybe I'll triple myself this year, or maybe I'll already have the same goal, but already start with a new construction. So that's the bigger goal that I had to get to a lower point within like life myself to understand that this previous goal doesn't excite me anymore. I need to find another goal. And that new goal made me get my excitement back.
Producer talk all the way, because that is an agent who says, I achieved, I set a goal, I achieved, I set a goal, I achieved. That for any of us becomes almost our normal, almost our okay, I've done it before, I can keep doing it, but then you challenge yourself a little bit further, stretch a little bit further. So, one of the things I always like to ask all of our guests, because our show is Just Show Up, what is the one thing that you must always show up for? Or it could be something that always has to show up for you, and it could be personal, it could be business, but what's the one thing that you always have to have or do or achieve?
Is just come from contribution, just come to help, always. That's the one thing that I always do, is just to try to help anybody and everybody with whatever the need they have. That's what I do all the time, 24/7. So I just became a source, and everybody just call me for anything, and I get sales from it. Like this guy just came to call and complain about his Airbnb property that's not making as much money. So he was just calling to talk to me about the management company, which doesn't make me any money. I was just helping him to find a management company, which doesn't
Uh-huh.
generate money for me, right?
Mhm.
But then eventually, at the end of the call, he decided to sell both properties. And I didn't try to sell it to him. Like, that wasn't my goal. My goal was just to help. So really come from contribution. That's the one thing that I do 24/7. Try to
That's
help everybody with anything.
that's beautiful. And that does make a difference too, because if people know that about you, that they can call you, even if it's not something that's going to make you any money, like was thought with him, just that he can call you and get advice from you, conversation from you, and then guidance and help. That makes all the difference in the world to someone else.
Right. And the last one to cap it up is I'm very honest. People will call me wanting to buy this property, and I'll just tell them not to buy it.
That's because you come from a place of investing too. So you
Yes.
look at it as they should through that
Right.
lens of, is this a good investment?
Some people just tell me that I'm the opposite from encouraging them of for buying a house. Like I'm gonna like discourage them to buy a house, but I will do that all day long to protect them. So I truly
Yes.
care, truly care about my clients.
That's what keeps them coming back too. This has been a lot of fun. Is there anything that you would like to leave our audience with? Any tips for someone just getting into the business, or anything your goals for for the future?
I guess just come from contribution, just help, just
Love it.
be the source.
Love it. That's perfect. Thank you so much, Afir. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
This episode has been sponsored by Home Smart Stars. Agents, do you feel unseen, unheard? Maybe wish you had better commission? Maybe wish that you were welcomed and encouraged to just show up as you are and be your true, authentic self and have all the training and support and tools to help you thrive in your real estate career? If so, then you need to reach out to Home Smart Stars and make Home Smart Stars your home for real estate.